2, 1, 0.5, 0.25, 0.10, action.
Welcome, everybody, to my class today, which is not actually going to be a class. I'm Dawn. I'm in the villages. It's a beautiful day in the villages. And we're doing Baby Boomers Bonanza, which means that all my songs are from the Baby Boomers era. And I had no idea when I took on that title how many fabulous songs are out there. I kept throwing out songs and bringing in new songs and trying to put a list together. So I plan to be here until 5. No, there's lots and lots of fabulous songs. Now, if you what's an official baby boomer? Somebody who was born between 1946 and 1964. So baby boomers probably started listening to music when they were about 15, I would guess. So anything from that era from 46, add 15, that's 59. So that's 60s and 70s. That's what we're doing today is 60s and 70s. So what I'm doing is all kinds of different setups on the fabulous Lowry Easy 4. And it's not going to be Mary Ann, and it's not going to be Love Me Tender. It's going to be all the songs that you want to play, that you bring back some good memories. I'm going to let some people in here because I don't think Robert did. So, okay. All right. And if you hear something that you like, take some notes and say, oh, I want to know how to set up that song. I do have all my setups. They will go up on Patreon, but they are for the Easy 3 for the first half of the class, or the concert, I should say. And then the second half will be on the organ on the other side of me here, which is the Estey Freedom 3. And I just want you guys to know how fabulous these two instruments sound when we're not teaching the level 2 and level 3 classes on the little instruments. So yeah, we can do some fabulous songs on them. Get some good ideas. And if you have the larger instruments, hopefully you'll hear a song that you say, woohoo, never heard of that one, or haven't heard that one in a long time, just have to play it. Now, do be patient with me because I do have to set up each song separately. There are no buttons on here that allow me to pre-set up any of my songs. So everything is from scratch. Now, everything that I do is also going to be on my sheets. So this will be available on Patreon for all of you that need to have the setups for these songs. And yes, I have like 17, 18 songs here, so we'll be here a while. By the way, Kathleen Wagner, thank you so much. I got your box this morning. Thank you. Your generosity is fabulous and very well appreciated. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so much. Okay, the first song we are going to do, let's just make sure I'm double check to make sure I am set up, is December 1963, Oh, What a Night. And it was done by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons in the year 1975. And this is going to be a rock full band at 110 beats a minute. I believe I am all set up on this one because I just played it to do a little sound check. Orchestral on off. Yep, everything's set up. So we might as well just get started. And if you feel like dancing, please feel free to do that. If you feel like singing, please feel free to do that. Just make sure that you mute yourself before you start actually doing some singing. I can hear the thunderous applause. Thank you so much.
Woo-hoo! People are forgetting to unmute.
No, that's okay. You know, if Robert's busy doing other things, I don't really have a co-host today, so we can't really have him, you know, playing the applause on a different organ or unmuting you guys. It's supposed to be a class. It's not really supposed to be a concert, but it's a concert. Now, if you see something that you want to know, how did I get that set up or what did I do, remember you can all unmute yourself and just scream and ask a question. That's fine. But this was designed more to just let you hear how fabulous these two instruments actually sound. The next song is going to be one from the Lovin' Spoonful 1966. It's called Daydream. And so I'm going to go to song setup, believe it or not. And this is one of those little tricks that you just have to know. I'm going to Aloha. I'm going to touch select. But then I'm going to come over here to the performer and touch my guitarist, because that's going to give me the background that I need. All right, I'm going to change the tempo to 105. Just be patient. I have to do all this setting up. My organ has to be a jazz organ. My guitars has to be an acoustic guitar. So I have to do a little bit of that. And then I want to hold. This is where it gets a little dicey, but with a little bit of practice, you guys can do this too. I'm going to touch the more while I'm holding the guitars. It's going to be flashing, which means it's going to go to the bottom. And I'm going to scroll to whistle. So my whistle's going to be on the bottom. I do believe, and I want harmony duet when I'm ready for it. All right. Okay, so Daydream, Lovin' Spoonful. Woohoo! Yeah, when's the last time you heard that one? These do come in easy play. Not every song I play today will be an easy play, but most of them are. So everybody here can play these songs, and if it brings back a fabulous memory, that's what this is all about. It's just
What
so that
book,
you can
John, what
remember
book was
stuff.
that in?
Daydream, I believe, is in book number 42, Baby Boomers, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Or it could be in Flower Power.
Okay.
Flower
Thank you.
Power is another one where I got a lot of these songs from that one too. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is a waltz. I am including two waltzes today. The first one is called Nights in White Satin by the Moody Blues, 1967. I'm going to put it on the 3/4 guitarist, and don't forget, on the Easy 4, Easy 10, Easy 2s, you need to add that drummer so that the drummer can help you keep the beat. I'm also going to up the tempo to 115. Don't worry, everything's here all written down, so you can do all this too. My lower, I'm going to put on an ensemble, so I'm going to have some organ on the bottom, and then I'm also going to have some acoustic guitar, and my upper, I'm going to put on string 16, an acoustic guitar on the upper, and on the lower, I'm going to again hold my guitar, touch the woodwinds, and scroll until it gets to flute. So I have a flute on the bottom. And harmony, duet. Okay, I think I am ready to go. All right. Nights in White Satin. All right.
Yeah.
Songs you probably songs you haven't heard in quite a while, right? Yeah, that's the whole idea of this whole concert today, is to bring in some songs that you go, ooh, I haven't heard that one in a while, and it makes you either want to go put your records on, or it makes you want to find the song and play it, and that's what this is about today, is just having some great, fabulous memories and hearing how fabulous they sound on the Easy 4 and on the SD Freedom 3. Okay, now this one is called Happy Together, and what I love about this one is it's right here in Song Setup. So I go to Song Setup and I scroll to the H's. There's lots of songs in here. It's amazing how many are actually in here. Happy Together, Touch Select. Who did this one? Remember? The
Turtles?
Turtles. What year?
68?
Ah, very close. 66.
Oh.
66, yeah, but very close. Good guess. And what's nice is that it's now all set up for me, and all I have to do is play. Don't forget to mute yourselves. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun to hear these, isn't it?
Great.
Okay, now here's one we just did in a class very recently. So you guys will be, hopefully not a little bored, but you'll be familiar with this because we've done this one. It's called Dust in the Wind and was done by Kansas in 1978.
By Kansas.
Yep. Okay, I'm just going to mute you all. Don't worry, you can unmute yourselves again. No worries. Gospel guitarist. Now again, if I'm using a guitarist, I have to make sure that drummer goes all the way to the top. And as far as how fast it's going to go, 88. 88 beats per minute. Well, thank you for having patience so I can get these all set up. Lower ensemble, let's put on an organ plus strings. And in the more, let's put on an acoustic guitar. In the upper, we're going to put on woodwinds, and we're going to make it a flute. Now in the lower, we're going to put on a violin. So I'm going to hold down the flutes, touch the strings, and scroll to the violin so that I have... All right, so there's my two sounds. Let's add the duet, and I believe we are ready to play Dust in the Wind.
That was great.
Hey, that's some of the stuff we do in class.
That
Oh.
interlude sounds really great in there.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Thank you. All right. New use for Amazon boxes, by the way. When you have music that has to be all spread out, sometimes you just got to have something. So yes, I'm repurposing an Amazon box, and I've got this many
Holy
pages.
smokes.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes, indeed.
That is huge.
That is huge. It's huge. Yes, it is. Okay, it's called How Can I Be Sure? It was done by a group called the Young Rascals in 1967. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is turn my style setup off, because in this one we're going to do something really kind of cool. We're going to use 3/4 full band, and we're going to use 3/4 guitarist. Now, not at the same time, but you'll see me switching back in between the two so I can have two different rhythms going on in the middle of the song. Okay, here's the other trick we have to do. Put the tempo up to 145. 145. Okay. Now, on the lower, on the more, I want to use an organ 8B. So I want to use that Hammond B rock and roll organ on the bottom. On the upper, I'm going to turn on my organ, but I'm going to change it to a solo organ. On the more, I am going to put on an accordion so that we can get that. There was an accordion actually used in this song, so that's what we're going to go for. And on the bottom, we're also going to put that jazz flute on the bottom again. A lot of flute playing done in the 70s and the 60s. That's a fact. Harmony duet. Now here's something. I am going to use the transpose feature. I'm going to go to transpose, touch select, and I'm going to go down to the key of G. Now, why am I doing that? Because I don't want those accordions to be super screechy. So I want to put this organ down a little bit so that my accordions sound like they're going to be in a better range. And that's the reason we do some of those things. Okay, so lower, dum-da-dum, I think we got it. All right. Let's get you guys muted up again. Remember, you can unmute yourselves whenever you're ready to do so. And here we go, a song from 1967 called How Can I Be Sure?
Been a long time with that one.
Yeah, brought back some memories, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
That's what it's supposed to do, and that is also in Easy Play. And yes, I have all these setups for you. Now, that's the end of my part of the show on the Easy 4. Ooh, that was almost exactly half an hour. That's pretty cool. So, what we have to do now is I have to take out the bench and bring over
What's the noise?
What?
bring over the camera.
It's him mowing lawn or she.
Okay.
Mowing the lawn.
Oh,
So yeah, so now here I am on a whole different instrument right here. This is, it looks almost the same. This is the Estey Freedom 3. So for those of you who might be kind of deciding which one of these do I want, either as a second organ or as an organ after your Easy 1 or Easy 2, this gives you a chance to kind of compare the two. Now on the Lowry, we could go from top keyboard to bottom keyboard. This one you cannot do that. You've only got sounds on the top, but there are some things on this instrument that absolutely are amazing to, you can balance your sounds. So it's different. So good stuff. And again, I've got a bunch of songs to play for you. Hopefully you will like them all. I think I have to go through and start from scratch to set this up. Rock, 8-beat at 110. Whoops, that's at 112. Can't have that. My goodness, style volume. I'm going to turn my style volume down a little bit just because it's a little high in this one. Lower, organ equals 8-foot trim. You've got lots of choices here. And that volume I want to go up to the top. On this side I'm going to do an electric piano. And I want that volume pretty high. And then I want to do strings. Strings number 1. Here's where I can make the strings a little or a lot. So I can either have lots of piano and a little strings, or I can have little piano and lots of strings. So that's what I mean by having the balances, so you can actually have different layers, and it really does give you a lot of choices when you have that. All right, I also want to have a duet harmony, but I don't think I'm starting with it. All right, this is a song from the Little River Band, and we've done this one in class as well, on my in-store class at 10:15 on Wednesdays. We've done this one. It's called Lady by the Little River Band, and I think you'll enjoy this one. And remember, again, just give you some good memories back, and hopefully it'll make you want to run and play all your records, or find the music and play it on your instrument. So here we go with Lady. Okay. Woohoo! Yeah.
Okay.
Fun stuff. You remember that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes it kind of fun when you remember all the songs. All right, and of course we cannot go through baby boomers without having something by the Beatles. And I know I'm missing so many. I am missing the Eagles, and I'm missing Linda Ronstadt, and I'm missing, oh my gosh, just a ton of them. I could just keep naming them. I'm missing Stevie Wonder, and missing, the I Can't Get No Satisfaction, Rolling Stones, and Bob Dylan. I'm missing a whole bunch of them. And like I said, we could be here till 5. Maybe someday I'll do a concert, and I'll do Baby Boomers fan faves, which means you guys can email me and let me know which Boomer songs you want me to play, and then when Robert lets me do another concert in about 6 months, I can
6
put it
days,
on.
you mean?
What?
You mean 6 days?
Yeah, no, 6.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I forgot to tell you, Don.
Oh, you did, huh? But go ahead and email me, you guys, and let me know what your favorite Boomers songs are. And I think that would be a fun concert to do. We'll do Boomers fan faves. That would be fun to do too. And then we can do that on one of the bigger organs, and then I can actually have things all pre-set up. So this one is called Yesterday. What I love about Yesterday is I can go into song setup, and scroll. And I'm just going to scroll backwards here because it is a Y. And we're going to, lots of songs in here. It's amazing how many songs are in these 2 organs. Yes, there it is. I'm going to touch select, and it comes up to gospel at 75 beats a minute, and I'm just going to leave it exactly where it is and play. Okay, here comes somebody. I'll let them in. All right, very good. Very good. Here we go. Yesterday. Okay.
All right. There
You
we
have
go.
to have some Beatles in there, absolutely. And then there were an awful lot of groups. Oh my, this was one of my favorite groups. And a group by the name of Chicago, and I loved all the brass that was in that band. Oh, just amazing stuff. I actually met some of these guys through a friend of mine, the Tower of Power. Wow, amazing horn players. The song I'm going to do today is called Color My World. And again, give me a little bit of a chance to set up. But this was Chicago, 1971. And I'm going to go to Ballad Style 2, and there is one in here called Wonderful 6/8. So Wonderful World is a fabulous background for this song, Color My World. Some of you with the larger ones actually have the signature background. For the lower, I'm going to put in organ plus ensemble. For the upper, I'm going to put in a grand piano. And then I'm gonna do the strings thing where I put in ensemble strings and bring that volume down a little bit so you're hearing mostly piano, but those strings just kind of boost it. Okay, I'm also going to do, where am I? I'm also going to add to the more, and this is just going to be in waiting, and I'm going to put on the flute in the more, and we're going to use that for a second part of the song. So right now it's going to be piano and strings. Later I'm going to change it to flute and strings. And we're also going to be using a sweet, pretty organ. So that's going to be waiting there in Q. Harmony duet, octave down 1. That's another thing this organ can do. If you're too high on an octave, it's nicer to put it where it sounds better at the touch of a button instead of having to move your hand all over. So that's your orchestral octave button on the Estey Freedom 3. So here we go. Okay, from the band Chicago.
Great, great.
Oh, that was a half-hearted clap. Thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
Chicago too. Chicago's great.
Oh.
Do the best we can, Don.
I know you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being here on a nice, wonderful Saturday afternoon when you could be outside playing golf. And no, you're here listening to Dawn playing a concert. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, the next one I'm going to do is also in song setup, and it's called House of the Rising Sun. And this one was done in 1964 by a group called The Animals. Here we go. Come on, there you go. Touch select. It comes up to a ballad at 72 beats per minute. And it's all set up for me, so I am ready to go. Yes. Yeah. And just let the organ do the work for you.
Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. Well done, well done.
Okay, we're forgetting about the Supremes. We're forgetting about all the girl bands. We're forgetting about all the guy bands. This was a band that also, I love these guys because they did a lot of funky stuff. The name of the band is Earth, Wind, and Fire. And they came out with a lot of fabulous dance hits. So if you guys feel like dancing, this is one you can do the dancing on. And surprisingly enough, I am going to go to a background under the mellow category. And style 2 gives me a smooth 16 beat. Now, instead of 67 beats a minute, we're going to up it to 120, which is standard dance beats per minute, 120. Over here, I'm going to make sure I'm on more synth saw. That is your disco sound. You got to have that. And I'm going to buffer it up with a little bit of brass, and I'm going to put the trombone on, and so it just gives it a little more oomph to it. And we're going to be using a duet harmony and a trio harmony on this. So here we go with September. And this is an easy play too, by the way. And if you feel like dancing, please feel free to go for it. Okay, take you back to the dance floor, didn't it?
I love your song selections today.
Oh,
Those were
thank
great.
you. Thank you. That's what I said. You know, these are songs that a lot of us we're all young at heart. We're all getting younger. As a matter of fact, most of my customers are now younger than I am, so that's that includes all you guys. So this whole baby boomers thing, these are songs that I love to play, that I know you guys love to play, and so it's just fun. I'm gonna sing one with your permission.
Good.
I heard you, Lauren. And this one actually is also in song setup. It's by Jeannie C. Riley. And it tells a story. And this is the only one that's kind of on the countryside, but I am not doing a country background. It actually comes up to Latin style too, which is groovy Latin. And it's actually the perfect background for this. I always thought Jeannie C. Riley was a country singer. But she's telling a story about the Harper Valley PTA. So we're going to sing about that. And let me put on a little reverb here because I need all the help I can get. Okay. And if you want to sing, go ahead and sing along. You all a story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. She said, "Mom, I got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. The note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dresses way too high. It's been reported you've been drinking and running around with men and going wild. And we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way." And it was signed by the secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. They were surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt into the room. As she walked up to the blackboard, I still recall the words she had to say. She said, "I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA." She's doing business. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. Mrs. Taylor sure seems to use a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell me why your secretary had to leave this town? And should Widow Jones be along at Kelly's bar again. And if you smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you tell me as a mother you think that I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton Place, and you're all Harbor Valley hypocrites. Well, I wouldn't put you on because it really did happen just that way. The day my mama socked it to the Harbor Valley PTA. The day my mama socked it to the Harbor Valley PTA.
Terrific. Howza.
That's great, Dawn. Very good.
Fun stuff.
Good.
Okay, I've got 2 more songs. I think we'll save. Yeah, you guys up for an extra 10 minutes?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do the announcements first, and then I've got 2 more songs. All right, first of all, on Wednesday, the 26th, Robert, are you there? Do you want to make the announcements, or should I?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
All right, okay.
Since you're putting me on the spot here.
I
Let me comb
am.
my hair real quick. Okay, now I can put the spotlight on me. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Okay, so we have on the 26th of May, and let me put this on the screen here so you see. Let me see. Bob Delaney, can you see that there?
Yeah.
Okay, you see a little guy standing there in the organ? This gentleman actually, believe it or not, he was actually my coach. He was one of my coaches when I started at Fletcher Music Centers in 1993. And we became really great friends. And he's an amazing talent. If you talk to him, he's one of those that's extremely humbling. He won't tell you how good he is. But Jerome and I, we were talking about him one day, and he went into the store at Port. He's going to be playing out of our Port Charlotte store because he lives in that area. And he went in, and we found out that the organ he's going to be playing on, the D flat pedal wasn't working. And he said, "I've got to have that working because I actually play a song in D flat." And we laughed, and we said, you got to be a good player when you play a song in D flat. But actually, he is a very skilled musician. He actually has there's a little bio. I sent out this email yesterday. He's got a music business major, but he is actually an accomplished organist. And believe it or not, he is right up there with the Jim Vogelmans and the Marco Mendezes as far as talent and skill set. Just a whole totally different. He has a whole totally different style of music playing. So it's definitely going to be worth watching and joining us. And that is happening Wednesday, May 26th at 3 p.m. The other thing I do want to mention is we have, starting on Monday, each store, local stores, are going to be receiving emails, and we are going to announce our official re-grand opening of our stores. And so you probably on Monday, late afternoon Monday around 5 o'clock Eastern, you'll get an email letting you know what's happening in each of our local stores. For 2 weeks, we're going to have all sorts of events and specials, and you can get some special opportunities on, if you happen to be in the store, you can save 25%, I think, on some of our music books, our in-stock music books, what have you. We've got an open house, and each store has their own event, so you'll get that on Monday. And so be on the lookout for that. So on the last 2 weeks of May, each store has local in-store events happening for those of you who are locally. And then, of course, we still have all sorts of great things happening online. We have, that's never going to stop. 2 weeks from today, as a by the way, Carrie Price is going to be doing kind of like what Dawn is doing today. He's going to be doing a special event on the Estey and the Easy series, but it's going to be country western setups on these models. So if you have that model, you definitely want to be there. And if you don't have that model, join us anyway, because everything's applicable. And then everything's on our website too, so be on the lookout. I'll send out the virtual upcoming classes and events, virtual events. That'll be scheduled tomorrow. Monday, the local stores will receive the email what's happening in the stores. And that's all I have for you. And it is back to you, the one and only Dazzling Dawn. Dazzling Dawn, everybody.
Too funny. Too funny. All right, you guys, I've got 2 more songs. And, of course, the Beatles, there's lots and lots of easy play music for the Beatles. We just did a slow one. So now I'm going to play one of their rock and roll songs called A Hard Day's Night. Do you remember what year that one was? That was 1964. I was 5 years old when the Beatles were doing this one. And we're going to do it on a rock 8-beat. I already set it up. And here we go with Hard Day's Night. Let's add an organ along with this. Okay.
Terrific.
And I'm going to do the grand finale. And it's a song that my class actually just got introduced to this morning. It's from the movie Rocky. This was 1976. And it's called Gonna Fly Now. And it was actually at the top of the charts for a long time. And I had to choose a song on the Freedom 3 that uses the disco background, because if I didn't, I know David Sasanick would be very upset with me. So the Gonna Fly Now is using the disco background at about 100. You can go a little faster than that if you want. And here I'm going to set you up with, again, that synth saw, because that is your fabulous disco sound. There it is, a synth saw.
Get out of here.
And I'm going to put on some strings. And again, the strings are going to go down a little bit in volume, not much. They're just going to kind of boost up the synth saw. And then I'm going to be using the duet and the trio for Gonna Fly Now. Theme from Rocky. No, that's not how it starts. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I know what I did. I forgot to transpose it back to C. All right, so we're going to do do-overs on this. That's better. Woo!
Did you do a new intro on that? Because I really like that because I don't remember that being in the book.
It's not.
Okay, I was gonna say because I played that with a big organ and was like, that was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, this I've got the handout for that. If you want it, let me know because yep, that's what I do. I give you guys all the extras that I can because that's what makes it sound a little more authentic and that's what makes playing so
Yes.
much fun.
You
Thank
you
you,
have the
guys.
handout for that
Yeah.
intro, is what you're saying?
I've got a handout for that, yeah.
Did you give me that handout?
No, because it was one of my in-store classes.
Maybe you should give that to me and I'll post it on our Patreon
Sure,
site.
I would be happy to do that.
Look at that. I knew she would be kind enough to do that.
It's not a trade secret, it's just a handout. I just hand wrote it out,
Don-
it's
Hey,
not
Don,
that
in your
big
spare
a deal.
time,
Yeah, in my spare
in
time.
your spare time, when you got nothing going on, you can talk to Robert about setting up a baby boomer class. You've already got 6 months of it done.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Well, if you love
Wednesday's
that
class. Wednesday's class is baby boomers class.
Wednesday's class, yes, because we're doing the 70s.
Yeah.
And
Right.
when we're done with that book, I'm going to suggest the 60s. And then
Good.
we'll have all the songs. Yep, we'll just have all of them. Yeah. Nope, I do whatever you guys want me to do. That's what makes this so much fun. You guys
How
are the
about me
bestest.
and the silent generation?
Oh. Yeah, but you still listen to this music too, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
See? Absolutely.
So I'm
Thank
packing
you.
to go north, Dawn,
Pardon?
and I never had so much fun because I was dancing around while I was packing, listening to the music.
Good. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
There's still enough afternoon that you can go outside and have a wonderful time outside, or go play. Go to your organ and find some of these songs and just have a wonderful day playing. That's what this is all about. Music is just so much fun. This is the best hobby I can think of, and I'm so happy you are all involved in it. What a wonderful thing. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Appreciate it.
so much.
You.
Bye.
Take care.
Good concert.
Bye-bye.
See you Monday.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you Tuesday.
Okay, I'll
Very
be there.
much.
Okay.
Leaving.